All of the retro film video that you just watched was filmed with this camera right here. Well, no, not this camera. This camera, my iPhone SE, first generation, using the 8mm app, which is an amazing app. I've talked about this before, and I'll talk more about this app later, but in the meantime, you probably want to see the video from this piece of junk. All right, let's check it out. So this was a Kickstarter Indiegogo project that I picked up, and I was going to do a real exciting review. I was going to go out, do some footage, test some stuff out, and turns out it's a piece of junk. There's a button. You see that button right there? And I don't say that lightly. I like to try to find the benefits of everything, and the only benefit currently is that these little lenses remove and I can use them in my phone. The Fragment 8 camera with this optional rotating lens fixture on the front. What a bummer. Look at this. It has a little handle that comes out. It doesn't really hold. And I'll put a link in the description if you want just a straightforward review, because I'm going to get into this a little bit and I'm thinking about maybe even taking it apart. The stuff you hear is actually just extra lenses and lens caps inside here. But I wouldn't be surprised if it showed up making that rattling noise. The people creating this are after one market, people like me. Those of us that like this type of style, that retro vintage style look, but has current technology inside, the ability to shoot a film-like quality. But you can see in this footage, it's not really that great. This is side-by-side footage to the 8mm app footage on my iPhone. You can see that here. And I've talked about this film app before in my other videos, but it just works. And the coolest thing about it is you can edit the outer borders. You can have it be fuzzy or grainy or film frame. You can change the virtual film stock to look any way you want on the fly. And one of the best things is you can play it back. Unfortunately, this is what I was hoping this camera would do. I'm sure a lot of you that are watching this hope that this would do the same thing, but it doesn't. It doesn't record any sound. It does have a little thing that looks like a microphone, but I think that's a speaker, so you can hear this. That's why those little holes are there. It's not a microphone, it's a speaker. So you can hear the film effect. This is basically a kid's toy, and unfortunately when I did the conversion, I spent a lot of money on this. And I know Sweet Lou from Sweet Lou Photography, I talked him into buying one too. And he's going to be doing an in-depth review, I'm sure, in-depth, whatever that is. But I'll put links to those other reviews if you want to get into that. But this is not aluminum, this is plastic, and this is fake leather. The only thing aluminum is this little lens ring right here. It records movie or GIF, because you know how often you want to just record GIFs. You know, that's very retro. You know, back in the day when they would always film those old-fashioned GIFs. I don't understand why they didn't do so many things. And I told myself I wasn't going to go in depth about this, but I'm going to have to, because here's the trigger button. All right, let me just pull this up here, get it close. So here's the trigger button, but it's not a trigger. It's a rocker switch, and you can hear it click. It's supposed to do that. One way is a photo, and the other way is a video, or retro film style, which isn't really retro at all. It's just a basic video. And it's widescreen. And I don't know if this was an accident or on purpose, but the files are dated 1969, and there's no way to update it. What? Was that done on purpose? I don't understand. Now, these different lenses that I opted for have these filter effects. I say filters, they're just lens refractions and things, and you can see here, this is what this one does. A quick note to add to the trouble. Check this out. The files aren't even in 24p. They're in 30. It doesn't even shoot at the setting it says it is. And this is what this one does. Ultimately, I'll just take these lenses off and put them on my phone, because the phone app just works. Now obviously aesthetics, this doesn't feel as cool, right? Compared to like holding this and just like This is probably one of the worst investments I've made, because it doesn't even really, I mean, I guess it could sit and just kind of sit up on the mantle like that, but what a generic and expensive dust collector. The most impressive thing about this camera isn't the camera necessarily, it's that they made it look so amazing in photos and even on this video. I mean, look at this, the lenses are all stacked in there really nice. It looks so cool. But then you actually try to pull the lenses out, and they had all this extra space, but for some reason they stuck them over in the corner. You can't get your fingers down in there. Like, this is literally made for a child. Unfortunately, it's super expensive and not necessarily a child's toy, and it's not made out of plastic that could hold up to a kid's play. And you saw here, it looked real fancy in the opening montage when I was opening this up and putting the lenses on and stuff. But opening this, the process of opening the side, and this is all documented in the Kickstarter, you have to like squeeze it to open it, and then it opens up and there's all the innards. And it's been opening up easier now that I've been doing it a few times, which makes me feel even more stressed because it's probably just going to come over. Truth be told, I'm not going to use this again. This will probably never get used again outside of this video, so if you're interested, hit me up, maybe I'll sell it to you. Mostly this is a warning video. If you're looking at this, if you came across it, you know, this is what it looks like. The other one's black. It's unfortunately just gonna be a waste of money, and you know, I really would like to try to get some use out of it, but it doesn't even offer anything. It's a bummer. It looks so cool on video, and especially in slow-mo like this. I mean, it just has a great aesthetic. It has a really clean look. I have no idea why they didn't just build most of these components the way they traditionally build this. This should be on a spring. And I genuinely want this thing to work. So much so I tried to fix this turret, because I thought if I can fix the turret, maybe that'll make me feel better. So I got a pen, pulled the spring out because I wanted to make this spring loaded. Got a little washer, cut the spring to size, dropped the spring, go looking for it for 10 minutes, can't find it, so I have to cut another one, put that in, and it still doesn't work because it's loose on the internal side, not the outside. The outside works great. It ratchets right into place like it's supposed to because of that spring is giving constant tension. I have no idea why they didn't build this with that same mechanism. It's worked for how many years? 50 years in the old turrets, you know? No, and then, I don't know what this is all about. It doesn't even matter. See, it's just like, these are trivial things compared to the fact that it really comes down to how it videotapes, and you can just see this video footage. It's not good. And the fact that it doesn't even record audio, what a bummer. The handle on top is loose. The viewfinder, I mean, it doesn't even have a diopter to adjust, so good luck trying to focus your eye on whatever you're seeing through that lens. It's just there for show, really. You just kind of point it in the direction you want to go and go to it. I don't know why they did this butterfly clip on the side here. It doesn't function like a normal one. This is how an actual film camera functions. This works, it pops out, it's all made out of a metal. Why they couldn't create a plastic replica of something like this and still have it function and work the same, it's beyond me. I have no idea. Obviously just cutting corners, and they made a lot of money on this. Obviously it's a lot of work to get something to this finished product, but it's all about the internals, and I'm actually really curious what the insides look like. So if you want me to take this apart, leave a comment, let me know, because I'm thinking about doing it. And I'm finally getting to the conclusion where this kind of stuff, I'm gonna stop falling for it. What I'm thinking is I'm gonna just have to make my own. You know what? I got an idea. thanks for watching. Knob Top, go make something with your phone.